Okay.
Hi, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at New Leaf Training and Development, and I'm joined today by Christy Hodson, who is the Human Resources Director with the Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles. We actually first got to know each other, didn't we, Christy, through your work at the LA Conservation Corps, an organisation that I'm delighted to say is a client of ours. Hey, Christy, the purpose of these Take Fives is to give people some practical help, provide some hope, and even sprinkle a little bit of humour. So I've just got one question which I'd love you to run with for about 4 minutes or so, as we do call these Take Five for a reason. So here's the question.
Okay.
What would you say, Christy, that you're learning personally, professionally, and even as an organisation during these rather challenging days that you think would be helpful, hopeful, and even humorous? And tell us a little bit more about the work that you do, you know, what you guys do and who you serve. So over to you, Christy, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for asking me to join. I really have enjoyed our professional partnership, and I particularly have learned a lot and enjoyed your training.
Thank you so much.
I really like the training style. One thing that comes to mind immediately, just as a quick observation, is how when you do training, it's extremely interactive. You have an amazingly quick sense of humor that you intersperse through training, as well as the fact that the handouts really allow for a lot of learning because it's not giving you the training in the handout.
Thank you.
So it forces you to pay attention, listen, take notes, and really learn. So I just want to share that with you in terms of, you know, how much I like New Life Training and Development. And people still talk about at the core, speaking of the core, they talk about the training you provided. So I'm the Director of Human Resources with Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles, and I and our HR generalists are the dynamic duo HR team of two. So we have a huge amount of responsibility. And I would say training is absolutely at the top in terms of, like right now, dealing with COVID-19. I think a lot of us are really forced to rely upon our own experience, but also what has training helped us to become, because you're almost, if you want to say, living by your wits, whatever you have within you, and a lot of that it does come directly from the training or lack thereof. I think training is foundational to success because it gives you a platform to develop your subject matter expertise. It provides you with, depending on the type of training, professional relationship development such as you and I have established. I think it helps you to have a perspective other than just that of your own. So you can rely on another subject matter expertise to sell ideas, to help foster your growth and development, and also to move your organization forward. So I think I can't emphasize enough the importance of training and how foundational it is. I'm sure that a lot of organizations are seeing how important training is through this COVID-19 crisis, because this is the time period in which we're taping this, but that, they have to rely on a lot of expertise among their staff to handle things remotely. You can't just run into somebody's office and get a quick answer. You have to know it cold a lot of times right in the moment.
Yeah.
So I feel fortunate to have met you, to have learned from you, not just training wise, but your philosophy. And I've incorporated a lot of that into what I do. So I hope in saying that I've addressed and answered, most, if not all, the things that you wanted me to speak to.
Oh, thanks ever so much, Christy. Well, really on behalf of everyone who watches these, and they're becoming incredibly popular, thanks again, Christy, for your insights, and thank you for the great work that you do to help people and organisations be their best. Could we close with a virtual high five?
We sure can. Woo! There you go.
Thanks ever so much, Christy. I really wish you a wonderful rest of the day.
You as well.